Davening Chevra. Okay, we're going to start with Sfiras Omer. Today is the 35th day. Ayoim, Chamisha, Loishim, Yoim, Shehem, Chamisha, Shavuos, LaOmer. Today is 35 days, which is 5 weeks of the Omer, 2 weeks left. So, beautiful holiday of receiving the Torah, Shavuos. May come in an auspicious hour. Well, today is the 20th day of the month of Iyar, and it's May 28th on the English calendar. And we're on page 71 in the Chayenu. So join us. In today's lesson, having arrived through a lot of hard work and meditation at the willingness and desire to cleave to Hashem alone, with complete self-sacrifice, one then ought to channel that love into Torah learning, which, in parentheses, Tanya calls it a divine kiss. So the Alter Rebbe will now conclude that meditating on the concepts appearing in the blessings of Shema leads a Jew to the proper realization of the Shema, attaining a strong and close, compassionate love for HaKadosh Baruch Hu. When the thinking person, which means you use your intellect, it's not just something that you just roll into, you got to work on it. When that person will reflect on these matters in the depths of his heart, that Hashem loves you, and Hashem goes through all these different things to be present in your life so that you can serve him, and he pushes aside all the other creations and all the other nations to focus on his children. So when you think about that, in the depths of your heart and in your brain, then, just like a water mirrors the image of a face, when the love likened to water mirroring the image of a face takes effect in a person, so that Hashem manifests love for his people, arouses in him a corresponding love towards him, towards Hashem, then what happens? The soul will spontaneously be kindled with love for Hashem, and it will clothe itself in a spirit of benevolence willingly to lay down and resolutely to abandon all that he possesses. Anything that he deems important. My morning coffee, money, fame, honor, all these things. It will no longer be of major importance to him. What is going to be the importance? What's going to be the most important thing to a man after a person, after they put full, intense concentration to connect with love to Hashem? The most important thing will be in order to cleave to Hashem, be absorbed into his life with an attachment and longing, and so forth, in a manner of kissing with an attachment of spirit to spirit, as we explained earlier in the Tanya. So just as kissing involves not only the cleaving of mouths, but also communion of breath, so too, the spiritual unity involved the union of man's spirit with Hashem. Man's spirit becomes one with Hashem. Okay. But how does the spirit attachment of spirit to spirit take place? Meaning, what measures are taken if one seeks to desire to only cleave to Hashem? How do we reject everything else that those things become unimportant, and the only sole focus is cleaving in the deepest possible way to Hashem? Omer, to this end, it states soon after we say, we say, and these words shall be upon your heart, and you shall speak of them. What does it mean, you shall speak of them? And this, as we'll explain soon, refers to immersing oneself in the study of Torah and speaking words of Torah. So important to enunciate the words, to say the words of the Torah as we read them. Sheyichod Anashikin As explained in Eitz Chaim, the union of kissing, which incorporates the union of the attachment of spirit to spirit, as we just mentioned, is essentially the union of knowledge, wisdom, understanding, and knowledge from a person's perspective, a human's perspective, to the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, which is what? The Torah. So in order to cleave to Hashem in the most unified and deepest passionate way is by learning Torah. That unites man's intellect to Hashem. So if you're connecting to Hashem through Torah, the mouth as the outlet of the breath, as you speak it, it emerges into a revealed state, albeit just momentarily as you say the word, because then you got to take a new breath and the word disappears that you said a moment ago. That represents the category of speech engaged in the words of Torah. So by speaking words of Torah, as the pasuk says, "V'dibarta bam," and you shall speak of them, the spirit emerges into a revealed state. So how do we, Steve, if it's going to be a moment, how do we keep that going constantly? By continuously speaking words of Torah. Keep on learning. Don't stop. Thus, the union of spirit with spirit is mainly brought about by one's immersion in Torah study. Imagine somebody walks very far to get here for Shabbos, but they learn Torah Baal Peh. You know, when we were kids, we had to learn Tanya Baal Peh, Mishnayos Baal Peh. That was like a thing in camp. All afternoon, everybody's learning Mishnayos Baal Peh. Very important to pick certain parts of Torah and learn it by heart. Maybe if you don't know every single word, you can, you say the meaning, and then you're on a long walk, exercising, whatever you're doing, you're saying words of Torah. So the union of spirit with spirit is mainly brought about by one's immersion in Torah study. So immersion in Torah study, great, and enunciating, saying the words out loud, even better. The takeaway is God has gone out of his way, so to speak, to be close with us. Now it's our turn to go out of our way to be close with him. And how do we do that? Through immersing ourselves in the study of Torah. Have a good day. Thanks for joining us.